Welcome to Yellowknife.
Almost in the center of the Canadian Northwest, on the north arm of Great Slave Lake, lies the mining town of Yellowknife. 580 miles from the nearest railroad and 285 miles from the Arctic Circle, it is a unique addition to the surrounding age-old wilderness.
Hi, my name is James Clarence, and I am a pastor here in Yellowknife Northwest Territories. I have a wife named Karina, 2 daughters, Kendrick, 6, Lennon, 4 years old, and then a son on the way due in October. And I've been in ministry for 12 years. So Yellowknife, the capital city of the Northwest Territories, around 20-ish thousand, fluctuates based upon the season. It is an amazing city. I don't know if you got that sign, but you know, the next major city is a good 14-hour drive from here. That's the next major city. So in the winter, you can drive your skidoo, your snowmobile, your sled, anywhere in the town except on this road. Max commute in Yellowknife, 10 minutes on my bike. People go away, especially in December when it's the darkest, which is like 2 to 4 hours of sunlight. This is my home. This is my home. And just over here on your left is our wonderful church. Welcome to the one, the only Cornerstone Pentecostal Church. Let's go. Beautiful little building. Cornerstone is an amazing church. Surprised me in many different ways. People are not here in the North for no reason. They're here with purpose. They're here with vision. They're here with wanting to grow and advance in their career, in their family life. What I've found is people have immigrated here for jobs, and they are highly educated. So most of our church, they work a government job, and they are helping write policies, helping education move forward, housing.
I feel like Cornerstone is a very powerful place to come. I think the first time I came here, I felt God right away.
We play soccer together, we do barbecue together, we do lots of stuff, yeah. It's like another home away from home.
This bringing the light in the community, a place everybody is welcome, and no matter where you come from or your background, this is like a multicultural church, and we have everything,
I believe that there is a great awakening and a great revival in the church.
I could feel the Holy Spirit in the room. It makes me feel very at home.
And I think the Lord set that up. I think this church, Lord willing, will be able to help and serve, not in a hierarchical way, but a servant leader way that says, hey, how can we help with the resources and the people that we do have that, again, have a good mind, that have heart, that have vision, that have resources, that have time and opportunity to help the needs of the region. About 80 years ago in the 40s, a guy named Ken Gates came up here, an absolute legend, and he started a church in Hay River at like 21, I think he was. He hitchhiked up here from Edmonton, and they planted 8 churches in the Northwest Territories. He helped plant the Yellowknife Church, Cornerstone, which used to be called Yellowknife Tabernacle. And even one point they started a hospital, and they were bringing people from all over Canada to come and be doctors and nurses and kind of bring people physically back to health as they brought the region spiritually back to health. There's been a history of expansion and planting and reaching where there's need. But after Ken left in the 80s, kind of things started somewhat declining because there's not a ton of church people that are saying, I want to go to some hamlet and just love on 200 people. The church in the North is probably the least thought about, the least resourced, the least paid attention to, because, you know, in the Northwest Territories, there's 40,000 people. Well, there's 40,000 people on a city block in Vancouver or Toronto. One of the primary needs is doing ministry for the next generation, for kids and youth. In some of these towns, from parishioners and congregant members that I've met, they're like, I don't know anyone under the age of 18 that is a Christian. Some of the people that have lived in that town for a while, they're like, there's no one. There's 8 churches and 7 of them don't have pastors. Again, I can't express how bleak it can be. Beautiful people, but just like in many of the towns, nothing going on within the holistic church. That's kind of my first real project, is how do we get the young people engaged and involved and see a church that's not just dying or on the decline, but see a church that has vision for the future. Second kind of primary thing is ministry center, ministry Bible college, a ministry resource that can help raise up pastors and leaders. So there's a Bible college within our denomination called Subarctic Leadership Training College, accredited, and it's been dormant since 2017. How do we see that Bible college come back to life to help resourcing churches with leaders in the North? How do we launch a counseling center? That's one of the first things that we're going to start working on, is how do we bring up counselors, develop counselors here to do some of that inner work in people's hearts, because there's layers of trauma and emotional damage that's been done. The mission statement, when I read on the job description, was Cornerstone aims to be a family-centered church making disciples that have an outreach ministry to people afflicted by grief, trauma, molestation, and addiction. So a family church that brings people into family that are really in need. So this church, has been such a privilege to be a part of, to be able to have a vision outward to the rest of the city, to our territory, to help the needs. How do we reach the young, train up people, and bring holistic health to this territory and region?